So welcome everyone to Speaking with Kate and welcome Mickey. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. I'm doing just fine. It's been a really interesting day, and so I'm all primed to do this tonight.
So
Notice I said tonight.
but it is tonight for you.
Yes, all you afternoon people. Hello.
I know. Well, hopefully there's some tonight people listening too. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed something on Facebook on my phone. It actually is typing the words that we're saying.
Oh, that's because the closed caption must button must be pushed.
Maybe. When
Uh-huh. That's
when it
closed caption.
when it does a replay though, I don't think it does that, but okay.
It does, yeah.
All right, so there's two people watching. I don't know who's on, but I'm going to try to watch this on my phone. So please drop a comment, say hi, so that we know who's on. Um, so today is the day before the new moon, and we are here to set our intentions about, what we want to bring into this next cycle. And I have today I woke up and I had to move furniture. So I totally cleared the room out and I vacuumed and cleaned everything and I actually used some essential oils that I had mixed called oh my gosh, it was called Sacred Space. And
Oh.
I misted the whole house with it and it's to clear the air in a sacred way. Um, and then I rearranged the furniture. The room looks twice as big, and
Wow.
feng shui flow of the house, it's almost like the way I had the furniture sit, it was blocking stuff. When as soon as I opened it up, it was amazingly changed. So
Mm.
I did all that, and then of course I said to Mickey what I did, and she goes, yeah, that helps with getting to where we're going. And it never even occurred to me that I was clearing stagnant energy to
Mm.
make room for this new energy, but that's also a part of this. Oh, I'm going to take these off. I have windows open in the front of me, so I don't want to have that blinding. Oh, I can't read the phone though. You know what? I really need an assistant that can take care of Facebook for me. That's so funny.
But now when you're looking down, we don't see all that light.
Yeah, but I don't want you to see my top of my head either. Oh, Audrey is on. She just said hi. Hi, Audrey.
Audrey, hello, sugar.
All right, so I'm trying to, okay, I got that set up. Oh, I can sort of read it. It's blurry, but I can read it. Okay.
See Joe yet?
I have not seen Joe yet, and I can
Okay.
also hear, well, Joe is usually here in the building, but
Sometimes, yeah.
she is not here yet. And then Lee was here with us last time, and she is at the dentist. So, so
Ooh,
she
we will send her some energy.
absolutely, but she'll catch the replay. And I have heard from the most beautiful, wonderful people that are watching it. They're not saying anything, but it is
Yeah.
reaching a really, wide audience. My friend Jamie, I see that she's watching. She hasn't said anything yet, but funny, but on the telephone or on the cell phone, I can see so much more than I can see on the computer. Isn't
Oh, that's
that weird?
interesting.
Yeah, very weird. Anyway, just a shout out to my peeps out there, Audrey and Jamie. I think that's awesome.
Very good.
And
Excellent.
and I
Welcome.
I know friends of yours have hopped on to different
Hmm.
events, and so we're
Two of my best buddies have just gone back to Corfu. And so they're seeing all these beautiful pictures sent every day of all
oh,
my favorite spaces. So,
Vicky, we should just hop on and let's go visit them.
yeah, right? That's what I would
Oh,
love to do.
wouldn't our people love to have us broadcast from Corfu together in the same
Yeah.
room?
Oh, that would be fabulous because they're
I
at the arena right now. So I know they're hoisting a few and looking at the beautiful
oh,
and the beautiful seaside.
wow. So the
Ah,
energy that I receive when you and I are working together is so magical and it's so strong. I can't even
it's
imagine
like
what it
we're
would
in
be like
Corfu.
in the same room with you. I cannot even imagine the
It's
energy
like
that. We
It's
would
as if
create.
you and I are in Corfu. When we're talking all the time during the week and this and that, when I think of you, it's the same vibe of joyful paradise that Corfu is.
Oh, I love that.
That's what it is. That's what it looks like. That's how it feels there.
Hmm.
It's quite magical. And I understand Creed is too.
Martin is on. Hi,
Oh,
Martin.
hello, Martin.
I am
Hello.
so glad you're able to join us live this
Yes,
time.
this
Yes,
is success. Hey.
it is success. You know, Mickey and I talked about it and I actually forgot, but I was going to invite you to join us on Zoom because Facebook gives you such a hard time. So I'm so grateful that
Mm,
you figured it all out.
yeah, excellent.
Nice, nice. So today is the day before the new moon, time to plant seeds
Yes.
for what we want to manifest in um, the next phase coming up. And Lynette Cartwright is on too. Hi, Lynette.
Hi, Lynette.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting new moon this time. It's very, very challenging, but these are good challenges eventually, okay? Because this one is really digging into your inside self. It really is. And I don't know, for some of you who are quite sensitive, you know that. And for some of you who aren't, trust me, it's doing it. Okay,
Mhm.
it's going in there to the hangups you had, the ones that aren't resolved, and then it's reminding you of the ones you did resolve. So feel good about the things that repeat where you've already handled it. Pat yourself on the back because that's what that's for. It's not happening again. It's just saying, see, look what you've done. Look how you've grown. And now we're going to grow some more, okay? It's that kind of thing. The repeats are your pep talk, but the challenging parts are your agenda.
No.
Okay. And this one is a monster. It's
Wow.
it's it's heavy. It's very, very intense. It's 6 planets going backwards. Well, it looks like it's backwards, but it's not really. But from where we are, it's like when you're on a train and there's another train beside you and it looks like you're going backwards, but you're
Oh,
not.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
They're going forwards faster.
Yes.
That's what retrograde is. So
Yes.
we get a moment to look as if we've taken a look behind us when actually we're still going forward. So we have to act like we know.
Right. Right. You know, and when you mention the people that are very sensitive to the energy, which I know lots of our listeners are, but beware and conscious of the ones that aren't. Uh,
Yes,
you
give
know,
people space.
very gentle with
Yeah,
others, and the ones that aren't, also be gentle because you don't know who you're with and how they're feeling
right,
your
right.
energy. So it's really a time to be very calm, very peaceful, very loving, and conscious of having those feelings, especially when you're with other people that you're not certain of how they look at things.
Well, I have some messages from wherever those things come. But anyway, it's a reminder that, like we've been talking about each time that we get together, but this time you're all being tapped on the side of the head. It's like, hey, hey, I'm talking to you. Look, you're doing this because of things you want change, certain changes to come into your being and your life and your whatever, or you wouldn't be doing this. So keep that in mind and really cut the crap and let's get serious because here's one like you're not going to have again for a year. This is a biggie. This is a special one. So it's fine to talk about the intentions we want to put out there, but guess what? This is the 24 hours before. It's the most, it's the ninth month. It's the pregnancy before the person's actually popped out into this dimension. So your intentions are all lined up on the other side, waiting for you to say, okay, go get it, sick them, go get them, whatever those things are. This is where you release it. But that means you can't just ignore this time that you've been given to kind of clean up what the list looks like.
Hmm.
You know, Instead of saying, and I want, no, 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 no. There will be no I wants and I needs. You've got to cut that word out because it
Yeah.
messes all over your intention and causes it to be barely breathing.
Yeah, I did an interview which has not been put up live yet, but I did an interview of the woman that I went to Egypt with.
Oh yeah.
And she said that's exactly what she said. She said, you can't go into it by saying, what will Egypt give me?
No.
No, it's what can I give to Egypt? And what does Egypt have that I will open to?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a definite different way of thinking, and it's a
It's
gentler,
the only one left to us. And we just don't know it yet. But that's all there is.
right? Because we are definitely gimme, gimme, now, now. Yeah, yeah.
And
I
it
want,
has
I
done
want.
us wrong. It's done us in, and we're going to have to turn that around before we can even start forward. We're busy marching backwards hard.
Right, right.
Cut it out, So it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy because you've got to come to a stop before you can go forward. When you
Hmm.
change direction like that, this is a cleanup squad. We're in here trying to clean up our own space inside,
Hmm.
trying to make sure it's sparkling clean, and therefore we have the magic that it actually is.
Right. So
But
this
it's hard to see it.
So this coming into 24 hours before, this is really a time of releasing what
This
isn't
is the
serving.
this is
And
the gestation. Yes.
and then the intention on what you want to bring to the world, what you
Yeah.
want to bring to your life, but in a
Yeah.
way that's not gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just before the race, you see all the people, including the first three who are going to be champions. They don't know which ones they are, but they're all standing around, kind of moving their legs and stuff, shaking their hands and saying, we're
Yeah.
about to do this. We're getting ready to do this. Okay. And everybody's working on their head.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part. This is the moment before you hear the gun. It's the moment before you even squat down onto the lane.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Okay.
Right.
So
So as soon as you're doing this, I'm thinking, oh, they're shaking off the energy. They're shaking off the old stuff. They're getting rid of all the
getting the
excess.
circulation going,
Yeah. Yeah. Love it.
get the blood revved up. So that's where we're at now. Now, with that in mind, why are you here? Okay. It asks, why are you here? And it's not rhetorical. Go write it down
Uh-huh.
this time. Write it down. Okay. So you can look at it and see how you feel about what you're saying. If you slipped up and said, I need or want or desire or why can't I or any of that was in your head, it'll show on the paper when you write it down and you can quickly
Mm-hmm.
scratch it out and put the right thing there. I deserve so and so. Since I realized how much I deserve, blah, 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 I am just so open to it. It's time now for me to be able to have all that I deserve,
Beautiful way to say it.
you know? But
And
that's for those of us who haven't been cutting up and acting like blank, blank holes because you wouldn't be free to say, I'm open to receive what I deserve. Well, you know what you deserve. This is all about making us really feel that we deserve the things that we're trying to bring into our lives. But
yes.
without that freeness to say I deserve it, it's not coming, people.
So it's a way to say you deserve it without being, I don't even know the right word.
Egocentric.
Egotistical, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a believing that, we are whole, we are powerful, we are all important, all equally important. I don't care if you're oh, I don't want to say the King of England, but I mean, no matter how high you
Absolutely.
are in everything, or you're the homeless person, you are an equal part of God's creations.
Well, first of all, they're the same person, but we won't get into that right now.
Oh, that'll be going down the rabbit hole.
We're not going there right now, but the deal is that, either way you look at it, no matter what, you do deserve it. And that's not the ego person. The thing is that when you believe something, belief is just um, deserving that glows. you know, it, it's it shines. It's all shiny and clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all smoky and messed up by ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a simple fact. It's not a thing about, I deserve this because I'm, no, it's not that. That's ego. The
Right.
thing is, you can matter of fact look in the mirror and say, well, I do deserve so and so and so. It's very matter of fact because it's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth.
Right.
And
So
that's what
there's truth and then there's boastfulness. So
there's belief and truth. And you're trying to get the two to introduce themselves to each other.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
want them to be able to be in the same room, in each
In
other's
in a
presence.
in a very kind and gentle way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love.
So this is a preparation time starting now. We're waiting to hear the starting gun, which means when it's actually exact and it begins. But leading up to that, all this other stuff is important. Shaking it off, getting the circulation going, being very clear about what you want.
Mhm.
All of that stuff is important right now. And I cannot tell you how full the bleachers are as other dimensions become aware that we're waking up.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a football game, and we're not in the bleachers, we're on the field. So let's give it all we've got, folks. Let's show off. Show up and show out, as we say.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
This is it. This is what you do just before you hear the gun say start. Okay, and we're gonna run for 2 weeks. Think how much preparation that takes. Because once we start, we've got to run for 2 weeks. So we get
Mhm.
to that spot that says this is the finish line. That's the full moon.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we're getting ready to take off. Let's do that with a smile, with joy, with all of that stuff.
Yes.
The symbols you've surrounded yourself with, for instance,
Yes.
couldn't be more perfect.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
triangles, the Buddha, the light.
oh, yeah.
Hey,
And right, and the feng shui I did in my
you're
home where I
centered between those things that
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
enormously important.
They
So this
are.
is
And
the
right,
one.
healing crystals behind me and
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I encourage everybody to do that. So we do that. Oh, look at those. Lovely, lovely.
I'm ready.
Selenite and quartz, right?
I'm ready. I've got
Beautiful.
two magic wands
Yeah,
ready.
that's so nice. Uh,
Okay. So,
Allison has also joined us, so a big shout out to Allison. Um, in our meditation, in our journey today, we are going to revisit some of our rooms and we are going to go out the quantum door again, but we're going to do some cleansing and healing at first, and then we're going to do some creating. So I definitely want you to think about the things that you want to clear out, and then those things that you want to bring in, the things that you're going to feel that you already have them. We're going to create symbols that you can bring back. So have those things in mind when we start the journey. Mickey's been doing this practice. She brought it up to me, and I'm like, oh, wow, I kind of teach that in Reiki too, in a different way.
mhm,
Um, I've taken that practice, I flipped it around a little bit, and I've come up with something that I hope everybody enjoys and that works for everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel you. I can feel what's coming. I felt it yesterday.
Nice.
And it's yeah, folks,
Eh, Yeah.
fasten your seatbelts because
And
this
I
is.
tried practicing with this myself, and I picked I picked a crystal that was very significant to me, and for me it was healing past relationships,
hmm
and when I say that, it's not like I'm saying I want to heal the relationship so that we're together again, because this is a separation. This is healing how I think about the relationship and how I think about relationships in general, that this is that it heals the feelings and the emotions so that it is more of a neutral place as opposed to hurtful or, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's absolutely been working. Like
Oh yeah, it's important.
it is. And here I am, I teach this stuff in Reiki, and it is sometimes really hard for the teacher to put into practice the things in her own life. And God bless Mickey.
Absolutely.
Mickey, she's like, Kate, do this, and I'm like, oh my God, I do. I teach that. So, I tell everybody, I'm like, tell me my words back, because sometimes I am the hardest student I have. But I do listen, and I do follow. And I'm amazed at how well this is working. So I'm going to try to bring some of these pieces together for everybody today. Yeah.
Well, I'm energized in preparation for what we're going to pull together as vibrations today in a resonant way.
Hmm.
And I showed you the crystals, but I also have an unusual hairdo today. It doesn't look different, does it?
Well, because it cuts it off. Oh, oh, that's one of the tensile.
Tensor coil,
Okay, Tesla coil.
tensor,
Nice.
T-S-O-R. And I'm anointed with tensor energy. The thing is that energy flows out of both sides of it,
Okay.
going one's the energy coming in, the other is shooting out. So it's shooting toward my head. So
And
there's a
it's
column.
like a halo that you
Yes,
have.
yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Boy, can you feel it? Okay. It's
Mhm.
something that we may want to ask others to look into later. The more you get comfortable in your creative space, then the more important it will be to understand and know about tensor tools.
Yeah.
Just like we know about the crystals, but when you're studying crystals, you not only have various types, but you have various ways to treat them that facilitates their power. You
Mhm.
have one of those Vogel crystals,
I do.
and, and that is very, 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 very rare. Okay. But look at how differently it handles energy than the regular uncut, you know,
It,
just a
yes.
virgin crystal, the way
Yes.
it comes out of the ground.
It
Very
does.
different.
And the one I have has absolutely no flaws, no striations in it at all. It is
It's
it
an
is
amazing,
absolutely perfectly clear, and it was hand cut
yeah.
in South America. So yeah. I actually got the last one the gentleman had, and
Wow.
he stopped cutting them down.
And Vogel's gone now, so there will never be any more.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
That's
Right. So I use it for my shamanic healings. And it is beautiful. And if we have time later, I'll pop it out and I'll show it to you. But yeah, it
it's
is it's
like
very
I think,
powerful, but I always keep it. It's very protected. It's in a little
oh
sacred
good.
space. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It
think
is.
the same way I think of with the tensor coils, it's the fact that Slim Sperling, who brought this out, is no longer here. He was until very recently, but
Mhm.
now Slim's gone. So any of those tensor coils that he actually made himself would be worth a fortune. I'd
And is
love to
that
have
one of
one he
his?
cut. No, this is one from Brian Busco, who is at Twisted Sage. He studied with him, with Slim Sperling, and he has this beautiful company now called Twisted Sage.
Mhm.
And they specialize in some of the most accurately calibrated and resonant um, tensor tools that I've ever seen.
So I want to tell people that, you can learn about these tools, and when we go into our creation room, our lab, you can make these tools.
Yes, I've made them.
But to have the physical tools with you, when
Yes.
you're when you come out of meditation and you have like, well, we'll just use this as an example. So this is it's just a amethyst wand, and I do use it when I do Reiki. I could create this in my lab, but then to have it when I'm out of the lab is really where this
Yes.
exercise, this journey is going to go today. So when you're in your lab creating, and I'm going to give you a lot of time to yourself. I'm going to get you to where you need
Yeah.
to be, and then I'm going to
Yeah.
leave you alone. And then I'm going to move you from there to somewhere else and then leave you alone. But when you're thinking about the tools, think about something that you readily have in your home that you can
Right.
use for that that
Touchstone.
energy touchstone.
Like a
Yeah. Oh,
touchstone.
good word. Yes. Good word. Oh
This
my.
is this is a necklace that I wear, and it's three of the tensor rings together.
Beautiful.
So that's amazing. But having them around in the house, the other thing is that the more you study, the more you might get actually ambitious and learn to make them. I've learned to make them
Yeah.
myself. But it's real ticklish. You have to be extremely precise.
Right,
So
right, right. Because
for
they are not just twisted in a certain way, there is certain lengths.
specific
Hmm.
scientific length that functions in a specific way, when the ends are joined, you now have this closed circle, and anything within the center of it is an energy field.
Hmm.
So whatever you pass through it, you're putting it through an energy field.
Hmm.
And so you have to learn to be meticulous. But it's a lot easier to just look up Twisted Sage on Amazon or Twisted Sage on the website and just let Brian make them. You've had sponges. I've even seen some that you walk into like a room.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
it's a thing you can sit in a
Yeah.
space that has them all over it. So you're literally sitting. You're the column coming up through the center, and it's
Okay. Yeah,
all
yeah.
these rings, like 100 of them.
Wow.
And my gosh.
Beautiful.
But it's just another tool for what
Yeah.
we're trying to do. If your mind's not ready,
Hmm.
then it does no good to do
Right. And we can start so simple. When Mickey brought this idea to me, she showed me a peach seed.
that.
And she's like, "This is my touchstone." It was a teeny little peach seed. And I actually said to her,
Not the outside part,
right, I
just the
said to her,
inside
"That's a
kernel, the
peach
kernel.
pit?" No, it was the inside of the pit. A
Yeah.
little peach, or yeah, peach seed. And it was, and the what I'm using is a crystal. It's a fluorite crystal, and it's big. Mine is heavy, but you know what? I put my hand on it and I'm like, I'm healed. I am healed. And so it is a touch, and mine is a stone, so that hers is a touch seed. But it's just a reminder. It's a physical reminder of what you created in the lab. and
Yeah.
and, and it's a continuation of the work that was done there, and it'll just remind you for the next two
Yeah. It
weeks.
constantly ties them together, those two
Yes.
worlds.
Right, right. And that is part of, our aim here, is that, we can see and create this beautiful world that we can go to. But I want you to be able to go there 365 days a year, not
Yeah.
just 24 times, because that's how many times we're together. You know,
Right.
I want you there a lot. I want you to be able to enjoy being there, and to feel more like the more you do it, the faster you can get there. And sometimes it might feel like you're not even fully here anymore. You're a little bit there and a little bit here, and still very functional. That's where I'm
Well,
at.
I think you become aware eventually. You become aware that all that stuff about the 333 and the 222 and the 1 1 and the coming down the stairs and the elevator, they're just tools too, and they're to help you understand what it is that you're able to accomplish. But
Right.
eventually, you get to the point where you don't have to do any of it.
Mhm.
You become aware, that you're in that space all the time. It's part of your being.
Hmm.
My place now is something I can access just by saying so in my head,
I
and
love
it
it.
happens,
I love it.
but anybody can do that.
Yeah.
But you have to do the homework first. You've got to be going and going and going and going, and you're so used to going, you can do it in your sleep,
Mhm.
literally.
Yes.
The process of opening yourself up to another dimension becomes, it's not a big deal when you go from the living room into the kitchen, is it?
No. And you
But
know what?
things
It could
change.
it could exactly be that fast too. So you don't have to,
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be 15, 20 minutes, a half an hour,
No,
whatever. It
no.
can be 1 minute. It could be you think about it, you get there, and you come back.
3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, it's the fact that you start to become aware that you're there anyway. You're
Hmm.
there.
Right.
Because you're here, you're also there.
Right. So one of the things Seth said is you live, you get where you're focused. So we are
Right.
so focused on this physical reality, but
Yes.
when we focus our mind on the lab or the meditation room or wherever,
Yes.
then that's where your focus goes. And when you can focus on the two things together is where you can walk between the two worlds, and you are a part of two different dimensions and still functioning properly in both.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I'm not exactly there yet. I've been there here and there, but on a regular basis, not yet. So it's something that's work, and I don't spend hours doing this.
Yes.
But I do spend some time every day. Every
Yes.
day there's something where my focus goes over there and over here. Yeah.
Well, what I want to become better at when I go into my creative space is conscious manipulation of directed energy.
Beautiful.
That's what my going there is all about. Conscious manipulation of directed energy. And the word conscious here is important, and the word directed is
Hmm.
important. We know about manipulating energy, but we want to do it consciously, and we want to direct what it does.
Yes.
So that's why we're here. And that's why when I go into that creative space, I'm so focused, I'm anxious to keep coming back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's
Mhm.
the same thing I chew all the time. So keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
My
Well,
theme song.
practice, practice, practice. They say
Yes, yes,
practice makes perfect, and and
it
and
does.
and they're so right. They're so right. And symbols are so important for us because they're little small whatever things, or it doesn't even have to be a thing. It could be a drawing. It could
It's a
be,
mnemonic.
yeah, it
Yeah,
could be anything. So anything that's meaning to you that you're going to remember, this is what this is like.
right.
Oh, this is how I felt when I was there when I created it. Oh, this is how I felt when I was doing meditation. You hear so many people talking about when they're in that meditation that they eventually start feeling the bliss of the universe and
Right.
unconditional love. Well, if you can attain those points, and I have felt it here and there. Again, it's not a all the time thing for me yet, but it's becoming a little bit more and more that if you have that physical item with you and it's like,
Yes,
oh, I can feel that bliss again because when I held that there, I feel the same way.
yes. That
And then
becomes
and
very,
then
very
when
important.
when you meditate on your own at home, hold that object,
Yes,
or yeah,
yes,
yeah, hold that object.
because they are connected. The one you created in the lab is simply the spiritual representation of the one that you're holding here in the physical world. You know, when you're over there in that side of the dimension, you are not dealing with physical things.
Right.
So that one is fine. But then when you come back here, you're dealing in a realm that is composed of a lot of physical stuff. So having some physical stuff from there is very equally important. It
It,
really is. It's magical to you. You won't realize it until you actually do it, but you'll
right.
start to get
Yeah.
more and more comforted by actually being able to touch this thing that you know you saw when you were in the other place.
Yes. Now, that all being said, when you are in your creation room or your lab and you create an object, like
Yes,
just say you're creating this little wand and you
right.
create it over there and you hold it in your hand and you can feel it.
Yes,
And you know, it feels cool and it feels smooth and you can feel that. And that's because you and it are of the same density.
right.
When you come
Exactly.
back here in this meat suit, we are far more dense. So we
Right,
can't feel what we created over there here. So when
right.
you have that physical object that you can hold, it's going to be the same feeling
Yes.
and it's going to have the same impact.
Yeah. You can you can feel, you can ask it to communicate with you. You can ask those things that you create in the lab to tell you more about what they want you to do to make them effective. There's
Yeah,
no end to what you can ask when you're in there.
right.
You don't have to take all this knowledge in with you and well, but I don't know how to do. No, you're there to get the information on how to do anything,
Yeah,
whatever it is. There's no limit.
right.
The only limit is you understanding what the answer was.
Yes. So we created the whole village and there was
Yeah,
guides that we met. Remember your guides are there. All
yeah,
you have to do is when you're standing in front of that quantum door to have that intention of what you want to ask for and the knowledge you want to get and you ask that guide to join you.
yeah,
And it's that close to you. It
yes.
really is. Yeah.
It's amazing when that door swings open to realize that there's an entire universe of additional things you can explore and experience and so forth and create. And you deserve all of it because it's yours.
Right, it is yours.
No one else has it.
And
No one
right.
else out of the 8 billion on the planet has what you see when that door flies open.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Right, we're never going to see the same things. And I want to
No.
take it one step further. It's not just one dimension you're opening that door to. It's multiple ones. So
Oh, yeah.
when
At
you
least 11.
when you set your intention, the dimension that has the answer to your intention is the one that you're going to walk into. You're not
Right.
going to open it up and be flooded with, "Oh, I don't know where to go." Your intention is going to lead you to the right path. Right.
That's what an intention does.
Yeah.
It sets the dial.
Right, right. It sets the path. But it's like setting
That's,
your GPS.
and that's why it's so scary if you mess up your intentions because they're going to go out and hunt for what you told them to.
True, but you can always clear them too. So the
Oh,
beginning of
yeah.
this part is going to be the clearing part. So
Yeah.
anything that doesn't serve us, and then you reset those intentions. And it could be that it doesn't need a reset. It's the same intention that you've been using. Now you have better tools or
Yes.
different tools.
Exactly.
Not better. I don't want to say that.
Exactly.
You have additional tools to use.
Right.
Um, yeah, I'm
The
excited.
more you go, the more you know.
Yeah.
So that's just how it works.
Do you think we're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think?
So I'm gonna do a little bit different, and it might be clunky here on Facebook, but when I go to the editing, I'll cut out all the clunky stuff. But we're going to go into meditation. This will give you time to think about what you want to clear, what you want your intention to be, and you can even think about something in your home that's significant that you would like to create over there so that you have that touchstone. And like I
Yeah.
said, it can be anything. It could be a hairbrush for God's sake. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't
Anything.
doesn't have to be spiritual.
Paperclip. Whatever.
Yeah.
Clip.
Um, some
Hairpin.
Exactly, exactly. A ring, it could
A
be
favorite earring. Whatever.
right. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or spiritual. You're going to make it spiritual. It's that intention you're going to put into it. So let's let's all take a couple of deep breaths together just to relax ourselves. Close your eyes, sit back, in and out. Again, in and out. Now we're going to take our 3 to 1 count. On your inhale, I want you to visualize and say 3, 3, 3, and then 2, 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 1. So do that with me now. Inhale. And inhale again. And one more time. And now I would like for you to visualize a staircase that has 10 steps, that has beautiful, thick, plushy carpet. And on the right side is a banister. It is wooden and it's smooth and it feels warm to the touch. And we're going to go walk down these steps, starting at the top, 10, 9, going deeper and deeper into our heart space. 8, 7, deeper and deeper. 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, deeper still. 2, 1. You have now reached the bottom of the staircase, and you find yourself in your beautiful warm heart space. And this space you find has a beautiful warm fire burning. And there's nothing here but love, peace, compassion, joy. All of these beautiful emotions reside here. Know that each time you take a deep breath, you go to a deeper part of your consciousness. A beautiful, peaceful place to be. Now, as we've been in this meditation room before, and for those that are new here, just know that this is your heart space. It is perfectly safe. It is perfectly protected. And anything that happens in this space is absolutely private and just for you. In this space, we have a couch or a lounge chair. Some people have a window. You can decorate it any way you like after the meditation later on. To the right, you can see an ornate door. That is our quantum door, and we will use it a little bit later. If you go to the right a little bit more of that door, you will find your elevator that goes up to your penthouse. Now, if we turn to the left, there is another door to the left, and that door leads to our creation room or our lab. And that's where we want to start our journey today. So let's walk over and open the door. It opens outward. And step into your creation room, your lab. We have created a desk with 2 computer screens, and one of them is for creation. And that one is the one on the right, and the one on the left is to remove unwanted intentions or unwanted feelings, or if you just want to get rid of unwanted creations that you had made in the past. Also in this room, you're going to find a refrigerator, which has tools that we have made in the past. You have happy pills and different things that you have made up on your own. There's also a healing table in this room, and we're going to use that table a little bit today. So I would like you first to sit at the desk, and you can uncover your creation screen. Uncover it, and you see it light up. And we have intentions that we're going to set. Now I would like you to reach to the left and uncover the screen that is your clearing screen. Now I would like for you to take just a few moments to contemplate the things that you have set intentions for that maybe are not serving you any longer, and you want to clear them away. So you can just swipe left on that screen that's on your left for any of those things that you at this time want to clear or cleanse, remove from your intentions. So I'm going to give us a few moments to spend our time sitting at the clearing screen. You'll have plenty of time. Go ahead and do that now. Good. Now I would like you to put your focus on the screen to the right. And this is your creation screen. Some people have a dial on the screen where they can dial up an intention that they had or a creation that they had made in the past. And if you want to do that and increase your intention to this creation, you can do that now. But for those of you that would like to create a new intention, you can do that now. And I'm going to give you some time to create what you want to have come up in your life. Now, if on your creation screen you create anything and it's not exactly perfect, you can also just swipe left and it will go away. And you can start your creation process all over again. Make it exactly the way you want it to be. In your creation room or your lab, you are the master. And you can create anything you like. And you can also wipe away anything you don't like and create something far better, far more spiritual, far stronger. You are the boss here. So take your time and create. Now I would like for you to think about just really one thing that you're going to focus on for the next few weeks until the full moon. Just one thing. It could be anything. It could be something that you desire to have in your life. It could be something you want to get rid of in your life. It could be an emotion, a feeling. It could be something physical, or it could be a connection to the divine. Whatever it is, but pick one very significant thing. And I'm going to give you just a moment or two to get that very clear in your mind. And now on your creation screen, I want you to create something, a physical object that is going to remind you for the next couple of weeks of this intention. It can be anything, but choose something that you know you can have in the physical realm when you get back after this journey. Create it on the screen. It can be simple, it could be complex. You're the boss. Now that it's been created on the screen, I want you to just put your hand out and take it off the screen and hold it in your hand. And you can look at it, and you can turn it, and you can feel it. You can gaze into it. You can hold it to your heart space. And I'm going to ask you now that if this is in fact the correct object for you, that you keep this object, hold it close to yourself. You can put it in your pocket or you can hold it in your hand. That's okay. And know that your screen is dialed into it. And if it's not exactly right, then swipe left, create something new, and then hold on to that. But make sure that you can gaze into it. You can turn it, you can feel it, you can look at the bottom of it, the top of it. You can smell it. You can listen to it. You can hold it up to your ear. This is your special symbol that you're going to use until the full moon. Now that you have your symbol, you've chosen wisely, and you feel in your heart that this is exactly right for you, I would like for you to just get up out of your chair and go over to the healing table. And I would like for you to just lay on the healing table and place your object over your heart. And you can place your hands over it so that it stays put. And you can ask your guides to come in. They can come into your creation room. Or you can ask a specific guide, whatever feels right to you. You can ask this guide about this object and about your intention. You can ask what your next right move will be, how to get from point A to point B. You can ask this guide any questions you may have about manifesting this intention. So let's just spend a few moments speaking with your guide or guides. Now, if your guide hasn't given you a name yet, you can ask that even. Names are so important to human beings such as us. I don't think it's as important to our guides, but they understand the need that we have for that personal interaction. You can ask your guide for healing. If you're having an issue with something, your health, maybe a pain, maybe an allergy, or if there's absolutely nothing and you're in perfect health, you can just ask for extra energy to keep it that way. So let's take just a few moments to feel this beautiful healing energy coming from your guide into your body. Know this healing is very real. You can feel the energy. You can feel the vibration. You might even be able to hear the vibration as a note. So make sure your ears, you're listening. You're feeling. Now thank your spiritual guides for all the help and assistance that they are giving you and they will continue to give you. Gratitude is so important. You may hug them. You may ask them to stay with you. It's all up to you. You make all the choices. I simply give you options. And you may have other options that I have not even thought of. So as the healing is coming to a close, you can sit up on the table and hold your object in your hand again. And we're going to get up off the table and we're going to leave this creation room at this time. And we're going to go back out into our meditation room and walk over to our quantum door. So the intention that we would like to have at our quantum door is about the seed that we're planting, which is the symbol that you're holding in your hand. So this is the seed that we are planting in the universe, in the dimension that is going to be in front of us once we cross this quantum door. So have this intention and try to see your intention as already fulfilled, as already completed. And have that in your mind of how that will look to you. How will you feel? How will you dress? How will you speak? Who will be around you? Have all those things in your mind of how it will look when everything, all the intention that you have set is completed. And when you have this intention in your mind very clear and you're holding on to your seed or your symbol, you're going to open that door. And I'm going to count to 3. And when I count to 3, that door is going to open and you're going to be able to jump right through that door into this new dimension where it is already completed. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. The door is opening. 3. The door is open. You can now walk through, jump through, fly through, whatever you want to do. But know that the other side of that door, your desire is already completed. So I want you to see that. Go through that door and walk through your life now and see it as already completed. You already have what your intention was. Notice the clothes that you're wearing, the people that are around you. Listen, what are they saying about you? Whoa, just look at her, look at him. What a snappy dresser. They have everything they want. I want to hear what they have to say. Right? What are your people saying? And how do you feel? Do you feel 10 feet tall? Do you feel successful? Because you are. Now, I'm going to be quiet for a while. I would like for you to walk through your fulfilled intention and experience it as though it's already been done. And I'm going to give you plenty of time to do this. Now that you've experienced the bliss and the pleasure and the joy of having attained your every desire, I want you to thank everybody over there and say, I'll see you in 2 weeks. It's time to come back into your meditation room. Now you can hug and thank everybody, but mosey on, make your way back to the door as slow or as quick as you like. And when you get inside, the door starts to close. You have time. You can wave to everybody. I'll see you soon. And you're now inside your meditation room, and the door is closing. The door is closed. So let's just sit on our couch or our lounge chair just for a moment and just process everything that just happened. It felt so real. It was real. It was real in that realm. And we're now going to create that a reality in this realm. So take a moment to process what you just experienced. And this is important. I'm even going to ask that you write about it. Start a little journal, a little meditation journal. Get it clear in your head, everything that just happened. From the creation screen and the clearing screens to the healing, to experiencing having your intentions fulfilled. Like that's a big deal. It's a real big deal. And know with confidence that you can do this. You're going to bring back this symbol so that it reminds you every day, I can do this. This is my right to have this fulfilled. You can surrender to your higher power, that you can hear and sense the guidance that you're getting to be on the path to attain your every desire. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 5. And on the count of 5, I really want you to come back to this room, and it's going to feel like you had a little nap, and you're going to be wide awake, and you're going to feel so good about everything. So I'm getting ready, and we're going to start to come back. 1, 2, you're coming back slowly, but easily, gently. You can start to wiggle around, move your fingers and toes. 3, 4. You can stretch a little bit. And 5, open your eyes. You're wide awake, feeling wonderful all over, just like you had a beautiful nap with beautiful dreams. And know that these dreams can be absolutely fulfilled. Thank you. Well, welcome back, everybody. That was quite a journey. It was quite a journey. And know that you all can take that journey as many times as you need to, or whenever you want to, and wherever you are. Sitting in a park, before bed, before you get up in the morning, as you're laying there. And you can make this meditation any way you want it to be. Welcome back, Mickey.
Thank you, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
I have to say, I wrote a script. I didn't look at a thing. I kept my eyes closed the whole time. Woo! Oh, baby. That
Wow.
was
That
good.
was powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. So anybody that's on Facebook that wants to give us some comments, just make sure that you're very grounded, you're back in your body. Uh, have some water. That's very helpful, so you want to be very present. Um, yeah. And I hope everybody has a beautiful symbol to bring back.
Yes. Mm.
I have to tell you, Mickey, I had no idea what I was going to do. It just came to me. It's
Oh,
that,
I can feel it flowing in.
it's that Lumerian seed crystal.
Mm. I can feel it flowing in.
Yeah, yeah,
That was quite amazing, Miss Lady.
yeah. I like this one.
Yeah,
This
I
one,
do too.
I gotta say, this one felt like Burt Goldman was right here with me. Oh, I love it. I love it. So
Well,
right before right before we got on, Martin said, "Ready, ready."
I'm good. I can feel us all, and I especially did feel Martin at one point. That's very interesting. From a distance, like I caught a glimpse of him.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Well, the last couple of journeys we've done, sometime during the journey, we have all pretty much experienced either being in a circle together
Yeah,
or passing by one or the other. So
yeah.
yeah, I
That
think
was amazing. I have
yeah,
to take that in. I have to sit later and really kind of write down what happened while I can remember.
absolutely. And I want to
Yeah,
say that I know I said it at the very end of the meditation because I was thinking that myself. I'm like, I have to write this stuff down. Do so, journal it. And it's so interesting to go back, especially, when we come in for the full moon. It's like, what happened? What were you looking at? What did you see that you experienced as already fulfilled? Has that come into your life? I mean, sometimes we're manifesting something that takes longer than 2 weeks, and that's okay too. Are you getting closer to it? Does it feel like you need to change it up? Martin said he was way out there.
and I saw you, so I was out there too.
Yeah, Mickey was right out there with you.
I
I
was gone, gone.
I love it. I love it. God.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. I especially liked the healing table and that part of it and having your symbol with you, but being on that table and then talking to one of your um, guides.
Mhm.
That was very interesting because I met a new one and it was quite interesting. Excuse me, I keep yawning. You said we're going to come back and feel like we'd had a little nap. I
Well,
keep yawning.
you're just kind of waking up out of it. Yeah.
It was deep.
It was deep. It was deep. I do not know how long it was. What is it now? 241. It's more
It
than
was deceptively accessible, though. I mean, I'm not aware of how deep it was until I came back because it felt like I was so aware, and I wasn't. It wasn't one of those where I lose myself in it and can't remember. You suddenly realize, oh, I'm in a meditation and I just got back. Where was I? What was that? But no, I was aware the whole time.
well, the more we go there, the more natural it's going to feel
Right,
for us.
right.
Martin said he's feeling very well rested. Good,
Yeah,
good, Martin. I'm glad. It's going to start feeling more normal, like you're not, like this isn't some crazy way out there experience that you've never had before. And that's probably why Martin says he feels so relaxed because
yeah.
Martin is he goes deep on these meditations.
Yes, I do too. Stop yawning, Mickey.
That's okay. So I want to shout out to the other people that are on. Allison, Lynette, who else? Audrey. Jamie,
Yeah.
who else, let us know. And then, please do so. If you watch this on the replay, please put in your experience
I'm in.
there. I mean, I will pull the journey out again. This will be our, God, I don't even know if it's our eighth or ninth journey that is built one upon another.
Hmm.
Um, uh, well, they show up on YouTube there, so you can leave comments there as well. So whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube. Um, yeah, this was nice.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
It really
Yes,
was.
everybody's being very quiet. Martin is the only one. I think Martin's the only one that woke up. So, hey guys, you really need to come back. You need
Or not.
Well, yeah, kinda, but definitely you want to take care of yourselves. You want to have some water, maybe go sit outside, put your feet on the
Yeah.
ground. That's important. Oh, there's Audrey. Very nice. Okay. Hi, Audrey. Nice.
Yeah, people need to know too that they can go do the meditation and then slip into sleep for the night. If you're going to do this as you lie down and go to sleep at night, you don't have to come right back. You can
You
go
don't have
right
to,
off
you
into
don't have to
sleep.
come back at all.
You can stay off in sleep,
Yeah.
slip right off into sleep,
Yeah. The one
and
thing
then feel wonderful and relaxed when you wake up.
Yeah. The one thing I learned when I was doing hypnosis and past life regressions is worst case scenario is you do fall asleep. And then when
Yeah.
you wake up, you're back. So you can never get lost. Like you,
No.
your higher self, and all of your probable selves, past selves, future selves, they're all one. You can't lose them. They can't lose you.
My eyes are watering.
Yeah,
Ugh.
mine are too. I think we were somewhere else. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we were like underwater creatures.
Who knows?
I don't know. All I know is when I do these, they feel very natural. Sometimes
Yes.
it feels more natural than navigating the real world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Real world-
lovely.
Yeah, the real world can be difficult at times, and it's never difficult when I'm over there.
No,
Never.
no, it's lovely. It really is. It's
Hmm. Yeah,
familiar and comfortable and relaxed and
and love.
beloved.
You hear about those people that had near-death experiences. They talk about the unconditional love and the peace and the beauty and the joy.
Yes. Yes.
That is what we experience for a very short time. And
Mm-hmm.
we can do this every single day. I do it every day. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't, I mean, unless I'm driving in a car, I try to do this every day for at least 15 minutes.
Yes. It's amazing.
And for those that know energy work, add the energy work to it. Add Reiki or whatever modalities that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember how it felt when your guide was giving you energy. And with your intentions, you can use your own hands to do that.
Yes.
Martin says, great love. We love
I
you, Martin.
enjoyed that. I really
It's just,
enjoyed it.
it's just not the same if you're not with us, Martin.
That's so true.
It is. It is true. Yeah.
You
So
get missed.
he does. He does. So Martin and Audrey and Mickey and I started this 3 years ago. Like
Gosh.
at the beginning of COVID, we all
Whoa.
started this. And I love it that the four of us have, just stuck with it. And
I thought about that. It is that long, isn't it?
it's more than that. It's like 3.5 years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
goodness.
think we started it April of 2020 because we
Oh
started
yeah.
it because of COVID
Right.
because we couldn't,
Gee whiz.
right. I wasn't able to do in-person Seth Talks. So I put it online and then not one of my local people wanted to do it online, but that is how I met Mickey and Audrey and Martin.
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Audrey goes, wow. And she said she agrees with the great love.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see them here. Both
It
are
is.
nice.
And I love it that we're building new community and our community is growing. I think the
Yeah.
people that are gravitating towards us will find us. And
Yes.
like I said, I did an interview of my pilgrimage leader that when I went to Egypt, and I think it was a wonderful interview. So I will, when I get that up, so that's not going to be on Facebook, but it's going to be on YouTube.
Me
I
too.
will put the link here so that you all can watch it. Um,
Hmm.
I will put a link when I'm going to premiere it too, because Dr. Katya and I are both going to be on during the premiere. So if you want to ask her questions or talk to her, she will be there and live. So
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
that's something that we have not done here yet. Um,
Hmm.
but I think we're leading up to more stuff. I'm getting more savvy on the whole editing business. So yeah, I don't know. I did anybody like we just had a candle flicker instead of looking
I
at me
love
with
that.
closed eyes.
I love seeing the candle there. That was nice.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to draw this session to a close, and don't forget to get your seed, your symbol in your physical hands, right? We never
Yes.
put it down. We carried it back with us. So it's you've got it. You've got it. It's there. And I really, really want to hear how things turned out for you. Hearing or feeling that you've already accomplished what you're trying to accomplish is it's such a powerful thing to walk through, and it's
It
something
is.
that as a hypnotist it's something that I use so that people can see the end result, and it gives them a feeling of this is what they're going to gain when they accomplish whatever it is they're trying to accomplish, whether it be
Hmm.
smoking or whatever. Martin said, loved the candle floating in its melted waves. Woo!
Yes, I
Oh,
love too.
lovely, lovely, lovely. So, well, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And, I'm always around on Facebook and I try to answer questions or comments. And, so Mickey and I are both pretty accessible.
Yeah, we
Thank
are.
you, my dear. I love having you with me, and this partnership is growing stronger and stronger every time.
Thank you. It was lovely. I enjoy it. I always enjoy it.
Me too. And you know what? This is helping. My skills are growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes,
It,
yes,
it
they
really
are.
is. I I have a feeling that I have a crowd of spirits around me, and they're just going, "You got this, you got this." I love that. I love that. And I'm going to tell everybody that my intention was the connection to God.
Oh, that's nice.
Was
Woo!
right. It is that connection to God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
My Lumerian seed crystal, I'm going to go over the house now and put it so that I have it with me, and we'll see what happens.
That'll be wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I enjoyed this today. It's so nice to see you, everybody.
Yeah.
And I look forward to talking to you again in between. I leave my little notes every now and then on the page.
Yeah,
But gosh, this was great stuff.
this was.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to.
Thank you, everyone. Yes.
All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys.
Bye
Love you
bye.
all. Bye.